Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Lauren, and today we're gonna be playing with some MODA brushes. Now, I love MODA brushes. I've been using them for years. I recommend them all the time here on my channel, and I even had the opportunity to be MODA's Maven of the Month back in January, which was such an awesome opportunity. So naturally, when they reached out to me asking if I wanted to work with them again, I said yes. Of course. So thank you so much to MODA for sponsoring today's video and for sending me these brushes to demo for you guys. Speaking of which, the brush that I'm talking about is brand new to the MODA Pro line, which is one of my favorites within the entire MODA collection. And it's been specially curated from their existing collection of MODA Pro brushes to give you everything you need to create like perfectly snatched eyebrows. So this is the Ez-Glam Bold Brows Trio. You get three really nice brushes inside: the Line and Groom, the BMX 225 Conceal Brush, and the BMX 465 Precision Angle Brush. As is the case with all MODA brushes, these are synthetic brushes. They hold up really well to washing. They are vegan, they're cruelty-free, and they're super affordable. You can find them in your local Walmart store, or you can order them online directly from the MODA website. So with all those formalities out of the way, let me show you guys how to use all three of these brushes and how I created the brow look I'm rocking today. Alright, so I'm gonna start out by grooming my brow hairs into place. They're usually a little bit wild, so I'm gonna go in with the spoolie side of the Line and Groom tool, and I'm just going to brush all of my brow hairs up. This way I can actually really clearly see the shape of my brow before I go to fill them in. Now, I'm going to be using this really cool, almost pomade-like liquid type product to fill in my brows, but you could easily do these exact same steps with a powder, with a pomade, or if you don't like using one of those products, you could just go ahead and fill your brows in with a pencil. For me personally, because I have pretty thin eyebrows, I like being able to use something very precise, like a liner brush like this one, with a pomade type product, because it really helps me to get a more defined brow. So I'm just picking up a little bit of my product on the line side of the Line and Groomer tool, and I'm going to start more towards like the midsection of my brows because I don't want the inner part of my brow to be too harsh. And I'm just going to create the bottom line of my brow with small short strokes, and then I blend the color upward into the midsection of my brow. Then I'll do the same thing on the tail. I'm using a slightly darker color just to give a little more definition. And this line side makes it really easy, again, to create a nice, precise shape to your brow. I can also always go in with the groomer side and just brush the product through the brow, see how things are looking, and if I need to add more after, I can always go back in. When I have less product left on my brush, I'm going to start bringing the bristles closer to the front of my brow and just again blending with light short strokes. This ensures that the front of my brow doesn't look like too blocky. And if you feel that maybe you went a little overboard, maybe your lines are not quite as even as you want, or you made your brows look a little bit bigger than you wanted, don't worry about it, because we're gonna fix that in a minute. All right, so here is what one brow is looking like right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side real fast. All right, so now that my brows are all filled in, I'm gonna want to perfect the area around my brows. Obviously, I'm not wearing any other makeup right now, so I feel like this is gonna look a little weird until the whole thing is finished. I'll show you what it looks like at the end, I promise. But what we're gonna do next is clean up the area around my brow using a little bit of concealer. And obviously, since I haven't put foundation on yet, we can blend the concealer into our foundation afterwards. But you could, of course, do this after your foundation is already applied. I would just maybe recommend doing it before you set your face with powder so that way the concealer doesn't cake up on you. So we're gonna take the BMX 225 conceal brush here, which is a nice flat and kind of pointed concealer brush. It really is gonna allow for some great precision around the brow. And I'm gonna take my concealer, I'm gonna put a little bit of it on the back of my hand, almost like my hand's a little palette here for me to work off of. This way I can pick up just the right amount of product. So I'm just gonna get a little bit here on my brush, and I'm just going to take this from the front of the brow, and I'm gonna use, again, small, short strokes and not too much pressure. And I'm just gonna basically draw out that area right underneath the brow. And what's really nice about this brush, again, is that it has an angled edge to it, so it almost draws the lines for you. It's really easy to use. I'm also going to do the same thing on the top of the brow, and again, this will clean up any wonky edges that you may have. So if you are struggling with the filling in part of making things nice and precise, this is where you can hide all of your mistakes. I'm gonna just take a little right up here in the front as well. So now we need to blend this concealer in, which this guy here is gonna do perfectly. This is the BMX 465 Precision Angle Brush. It's nice and fluffy, so it's gonna do a great job of diffusing that concealer. So I'm just gonna go right on the edge of where that concealer meets my skin, and obviously, if you had foundation on, you would be doing this exact same thing and just blending right into your foundation. And as you can see, it blends in seamlessly. It almost looks like my skin, like you can barely even tell where the concealer is. And it took me all of about 0.2 seconds. So now I'm just gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. And there you have it, perfected brows. You can go in with a little bit of clear brow gel. If you're like me and your eyebrows like to be a little wild and all over the place, just to keep them locked in, you know, not lose all of your hard work. All right, so I feel like I'm looking a little crazy with just my eyebrows done, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. See, I feel like now that I have the rest of my face on, the brows look really natural, right? Honestly, I'm super impressed by how easy these brushes made it for me to do my eyebrows. If you guys want to pick up your own MODA Ez-Glam Bold Brows Trio, you can again find these guys at your local Walmart. And a big thank you again to MODA for sponsoring today's video and for sending me over these brushes. I'm already loving them, and I have a feeling I'm gonna get a lot of use out of them. If you have any questions or want any other MODA brush recommendations, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. I would be happy to get back to you. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to see my face again, make sure you click that subscribe button before you go. And on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.